Hey everyone, thank you so much for all the positive response to the 4-blind example solve video. As expected, the most highly requested video to make was a 5-blind example solve video, so I'm going to provide that today. Again, I'm going to put the timestamps for each of the 3 example solves in the description, and if you have any feedback for either, clarifications on the info presented or for, just video production things, those are both things that I'd like to, I'd like to get better at this whole video production thing. But overall, I'm going to be pretty much following the same style today, like a pretty uncut video. And we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that there's something that pretty much anybody can get out of this video. So to start off with just some basic information, my orientation is white top, green front. I use the 3-style method with the SPEFS lettering scheme, and my buffers are UFR, UF, UFR, UFR, UF. So let's get started with the first scramble. Alright, so there's no reorientation thought process in 5-blind because we've got fixed centers, so I can just put white top, green front. Pretty easy. The first piece type that I trace is the X centers, and as I discussed in the 4-blind video, I pretty much just trace clockwise around as in SPEFS. I don't really pick and choose which pieces to trace to, except in some pretty limited situations, which I'll introduce as they come up. But we start at UFR, the buffer, and we can go here, 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 then here, 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 and here, back here, 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 then over here, 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 and finally here. So that is 18 targets, and that means we can expect to have 5 solved X centers on the puzzle. We can see 2 on red, 1 on yellow, 1 on orange, and we don't need to actually find the last one, but it is on blue right here. But we didn't need to find it because there was only a possibility for 1 X center to be left. And you can't mispermute a single item. So we knew we were done. There was nothing left to find. We could also know this by the fact that we can keep track of when we've exhausted each piece type on each face. Like, for example, when we hit this target, I know I'm done on orange because I always go here, then here, then here, then here. That's my order of priority. So when I hit this lowest priority one, I know orange is done, and we can also rule each color out as those pieces get exhausted. But anyway, that's the X center memo. If you want to take notes with your own letter scheme, feel free to do so. It's highly encouraged. I'm not really introducing letters to this because I want to remain letter scheme neutral. I think that has the highest accessibility, but let's keep going on to corners. Start at the UFR buffer, and we go over here, 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 and then this goes back here to the buffer. So we can break to UBR because that generates extremely fast comms. That's my default location to cycle break to. That goes here, then here, then here, and then back here, which we're back at UBR. That's 8 targets with 1 cycle break. That adds up. That means we're done. So now we can go on to midges. First thing I notice is that we have a solved midge buffer. So we're immediately cycle breaking. And the best cycle break location that I can see, I would normally choose BU as my first location, but we have a flipped edge here. We'll remember that for later. But we'll take note of it, but we can't break there. So we'll break to FD instead. So we'll start here, then here, then here, then here, 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 and then we're back to DF, which is on the same piece as FD. That's 10 targets, and then remember we have our flip in UB right here, which we could have taken note of from earlier. Even if we didn't see that, we could find this quite easily. But that's the end of our midge memo. Now on to wings. We did not have corner midge parity, so that means we can memorize it exactly as we see it. So we can start at UFR, go right here, here, then over here as you'd expect, then back here, 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 or here, 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 and then here, 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 then over here, there, right here, 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 and here. That's 22 targets. We're back to our buffer right now. So that's 22 targets in a singular cycle. What that means is that we've seen 23 of the wings, and there are only 24 wings on the puzzle, meaning that there's only one left, and you can't mispermute a singular wing as we've established. So that means there's a solved wing on the cube, and we don't even need to find it. We just know it exists and can move on with our lives. For those of you interested, it's right here. It's this green red one. But if you have 22 targets in a single cycle, that means you're completely done. No need to look any further for pieces. But anyway, on to our last piece set, plus centers. I do these with audio memo and just memorize last, execute first. So we see a solved buffer. There are many ways to handle this, but for 5-blind, I believe that the best way to do this is just keep it simple and just cycle break onto another U-layer piece. The reason this is a good idea is because, at least in my experience, other things will tend to sacrifice accuracy without enough of a speed increase to make them worth it. So I'd rather lose the maybe 2 to 3 seconds just to, have maybe a 50% higher chance at success on the solve. At least that's my experience with it. Obviously, it's possible to improve and get better at those techniques, but this is just how I do it, and I don't find it to be too bad, so I'll just break over to the UB plus center. Let me go here, 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 and now I'm going to note that I've hit every U-layer target, and that's important for later, and I'll show you why when we get there. Here, here, then over here, 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 and then we're back here. Unfortunately, this is a bad situation that we just couldn't really avoid too easily in this case. But we're back to a U-layer piece and we've hit all the targets, so that means we're forced into like a real true cycle break. But this is an odd-numbered target, nicely enough, and we can see, we can, by remembering which faces we've exhausted, as I discussed in X centers, I know orange and yellow are not exhausted, so I can take this piece, and then it swaps with this. And then that's the end of memo. It only adds one extra comm to do this 2 swap because this was an odd number target, so we can do 1 with those 2, and then that and that is the second comm. So it's not too bad overall. We got pretty lucky, in all honesty, but it works, and we're going to take it. So first, our first commutator, here to here to here. I just take this U2 interchange and bring this up with like that. Then here to here to here. I just rotate for the U2 slice, interchange. Now we have here to here to here. I rotated, so what I would actually do in this case is if we set up the previous comm, what I do for that case that I just showed is actually that. I just do a pretty simple alg with this U layer interchange, but I would essentially have this alg set up, right? I would rotate for this, and then not rotate back and just go straight into this alg. Works out quite nicely. So now we can rotate back. We have this, this, and this. I'll use these two as an interchange. I'll rotate over here, like that. Now we can take this, this, and this. I'm going to use pretty much like this thing that resembles like an edge comm. Now we can go here to here to here. Again, a thing that resembles the edge comm. We'll do a D wide and then that. Now here to here to here. Again, we'll do a D wide setup to make it very simple. Now here to here to here. We have this E2 interchange. We'll do that. And lastly, here to here to here. I'll set up this piece in the E layer with this one by doing an R prime slice. So now it's here and here. Now they're interchangeable like that. So I can do that, and then the insertion cancels as an A9 very easily. Next piece type we're solving is X centers. So you start with here to here to here. We have the L slice interchange, so you can do that like this. Now we have here to here to here. We have these two interchangeable, and we can actually do a wide move insertion to bring this in like this. If you don't know about this alg already, it's very useful. Put it in your repertoire. It's quite nice to have. It saves you a lot of setup moves. Now here to here to here, I'll just do an R move to make this set up. Now here to here to here, pretty simple alg, just like a corner comm, here to here to here. This is an 8 mover with those two. Now here to here to here, another 8 mover. Now here to here to here. I'll do a D wide to make this interchangeable, and then like that. And then we have here to here to here. I have these two interchangeable. I'll rotate and do that. Now back up here. We have this to this to this. I'll rotate, so I'll rotate with an X prime. Bring this over here. So you have these two, and then U2. Cancels just like that, and we have centers solved. So on to corners. We can solve, since we had no corner midge parity, we can actually solve all of our corners just right now. So you start with here to here to here, and we can do UD R prime to turn it into an 8 mover with these 3 pieces. So it looks like this. And then we have here to here to here. Easy 8 mover. That's why we cycle break there. Now we have here to here to here. This alg is a cyclic shift. If you do an R, we have essentially these two are interchangeable with F, and you can put this in here with a sledgehammer, and that cancels with the R we did earlier. So that essentially goes like this, and then but we cancel, so it starts like U R U prime. It's a pretty nice alg, very good one for that case if you aren't using it already. And then finally for corners, we have here to here to here. We can move the D layer edge out of the way, or D layer corner out of the way, and put this in to make this interchange, and then like that. Now onto midges. Start with here to here to here. We set up this very trivial 8 mover from our initial cycle break. Now here to here to here. What I do is just D to put this here and make an M2 interchange. Now here to here to here. We can do an 8 mover. Now here to here to here. I do essentially like an ELL here. Since S moves are incredibly cursed for midges, E moves as well, but S moves especially. I'm going to avoid them and just do a U prime to turn it into this. And that's, I think, the best way of handling it. It's just not a good case. Now here to here to here. I'll just rotate like this, and then it's a 5 mover. And then now we just have this flip, and I just use an alg like that. Now on to wings. We have here to here to here. We can do L wide prime U. Now we have these two. And then it cancels a little bit. Now here to here to here. This is just an ELL like that. Now here to here to here. We can do U prime, and we have these two with this. So you can essentially regrip up like that, do this, and then do an RUE alg like that. Now here to here to here. There are two options, and I'm not exactly sure which is best. The first one is to do a D move, and we have this 8 move RFF alg. But if you aren't a fan of that, it's, I think, comparable to do an R slice, to make these two like this, and you can do this. Then now we have this, this, this. We can essentially, we have this R2 slice interchange, and we can execute the insertion as R, U prime, R, U to get some nice cancels. And the way this works essentially is we can do R wide 2 and then R prime, U prime, R, U. That's the execution I use, and then finish the alg. It's faster than just doing the R2, I think. Now we have here to here to here. It's a trivial 8 mover. Now here to here to here. We can do R wide prime U, sets up these two right here, and then pretty nice. Here to here to here. We can do S prime, setting up these two. Oh, I didn't even move all the layers. Nice. Here to here to here. Then move them back. Here to here to here. We can use a similar alg to 3 blind with the D slice, like that. If you don't know how to execute D slice moves, I use my left hand and grip the top 2 layers just like this. Right hand essentially does the rest of the work for me. It's gripping the top and bottom. And then I can push like that. Like that. Here to here to here. Again, I think there are 2 options depending on what moves you like. I do... they're both pretty similar, but essentially you can do an L wide prime. The other way is to do an L prime slice that also sets up this U2 interchange, but we can essentially do L move insertions as well to make it a little bit more finger trick friendly to people with big hands. You can take your pick. I think they're both good options. Finally, we have this alg right here. I just do an S slice to make these interchangeable. I have this really nice 8 mover. So to start off with this scramble, we can reorient using the fixed centers and start with our X center tracing. So we have UFR buffer, go here, 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 then here, here, here. And this is our last white center target, so we've exhausted that face. And that's important because we don't want to have to come back. If we hit another white target, we don't want to have to come back to this face because that means we'd be forced to cycle break. So we're going to try to avoid that if at all possible. Then we go here, 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 then over to here, here, here. And now we would go here, but I can see ahead that if I take this, I'm forced to pick this white piece. And we don't want that because we're not done with our memo, and I know that because I could have gone here. So that's what I'm going to choose to do instead. And then we trace here, 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 and then we're done with our memo. And okay, so that usually saves 1 alg. It didn't in this case because it just didn't line up quite right to do so. but it's worth noticing these things if you can to look ahead. But just know that it doesn't always save time. But if you see it, definitely make these considerations. So tracing corners now, we have UFR, so you go over here. This goes back to our buffer. Now UBR is my default break location, but we've already used this piece, right? So we're going to go over here to RDF, then here and here. So we're back here. And if you noticed, both of those cycles were oriented to swaps. And what I mean by that is this goes to here and strictly back to UFR, right? And this RDF goes here, and that goes strictly back to RDF. And by noticing that I have this solved corner back here as well, even if I didn't, this still clues me in that I can float whatever's left very easily. And so I'll look at UBL, and that goes to here, and strictly back to UBL. So that actually works out really well. I save an alg by doing a UBL float in corners, and also we have no parity, so we can solve our UF and UR tredges completely as normal. And so onto tracing midges, we'll go here, 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 here. This goes back to FU, meaning that we're not done and there is an odd amount of flips left on the cube, but that was 10 targets, so I know there's only one edge left and we just got to find our single flip right here. Moving on to wings, we start at UFR, we go here, 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 and here. That's 22 targets once again. So we know we're done because that was a single cycle, 22 targets. So we've seen 23 of the wings, and we don't need to find our 24th simply because there's only one left and it can't mispermute by itself as we've established. So we can move right on to our plus center memo. So we start here, we go here, 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 then right here, then here, here. That's our last white target once again, so we're going to try to avoid any other white targets that we see. Right here, 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 and here, and we're done. So to start off our execution with our plus centers, we have here to here to here, which we saw in the previous solve. We'll just rotate and do this. Now I'll cancel the rotation because here to here to here, that's just a conjugate of the previous one. We can just do a U move right into it. And yeah, so it saves time to not have to rotate back and then rotate back again. Here to here to here is an 8 mover, like that. Now we have here to here to here. I do a U prime, setting up this R interchange, like that. Here to here to here. We can do U2, setting up these two right here, like this. Now here to here to here, 8 mover. Here to here to here, another 8 mover with an M2 interchange. Here to here to here, we have this M interchange. And now we can stay down here and cancel the rotation using this L interchange, like this. Now for the here to here to here, that is a slightly tricky alg. We're going to do R prime to set this up right here, rotate. Now we have this like that. Now we can do this 8 mover, rotate back, move that up. Now I have this last target. I'm going to concatenate another U layer piece to solve this, specifically this one, just because it's convenient. And we can do an 8 move comm to solve our plus centers. Moving on to X centers, we have here to here to here. This is a nice 8 mover. Now here to here to here. I'm going to rotate, and we can do an 8 mover using this U interchange. Before I rotate back, the next comm we actually can use, we can cancel the rotation, stay here, because we have this, in this orientation, L2 interchange. We can do that to be able to do this, and now we can rotate back after having done that. Here to here to here, what I'll do is D, making an R2 interchange, and I can use the wide move insertion once again. Very useful thing to know if you don't already. So now here to here to here. I'll bring this up into the U layer for a U2 interchange with a 3L wide prime, so it cancels better with the slice move we're doing afterwards. So it looks like this. It's kind of 2 motions instead of 3 if I did that instead. It's a good thing to be able to do these block turns to make your slices easier. It's helpful in many situations. You do it a lot in corners and 3 blind. It's a very similar concept. So now we have here to here to here, 8 mover with a U move interchange. Here to here to here. I'll do a D wide, create this R interchange. Like that. Now here to here to here. A D slice will bring this right in here. And we can do this 8 mover, bring that back, here to here to here. We have the D2 slice interchange, like that. And now here to here to here. I'll rotate up here. We saw this in the previous solve. U prime makes these interchangeable, like that. And then finally, we have these 2 left. We'll concatenate a U layer piece, this one in this case, and just do an 8 mover to make centers solved. Moving on to corners, we've got here to here to here. We do U prime R prime, splits this up into a U2 interchange, simply like that. Here to here to here. Again, we'll like move this up to make a U2 interchange, but we'll do it with a wide move to cancel. Very useful thing to know. And finally, you've got our UBL float here to here to here. I'll do RU R prime, misorienting that, and then we can use our D2 interchange like that. So now on to wings. We can use here to here to here. I'll rotate down, and then M makes this interchangeable. So overall, it starts with an M2 because we do M, D prime, M prime as our first insert. So it's like this. Now here to here to here, we have this E2 interchange. I'll do a Z prime to put it on M because E moves are disgusting in midges. Now here to here to here, very simple alg. It's an ELL. You'll know it as a 3 blind comm most likely. Now here to here to here, I'll again rotate because S moves are also disgusting for midges. Now here to here to here. I'll just use the D2 interchange, move this out of the way, like that. And now finally we have our flip. I'll do just L prime, B prime, flip alg, and move it back. So finally we've just got our wings left. Here to here to here, simple 8 mover. Now here to here to here. This is normally a pretty nasty case, but I've actually found a very nice way of solving it. By doing a U2, or even right now, there's actually a 5 move insert that can bring this piece over to here. But we'll actually do a U2 setup, so we have that same thing but from the back, and then a quarter turn interchange on the left instead. And the setup actually cancels because the insertion starts and ends with U2. So it actually works out really well where you can do U2, L slice, U2, 3R wide, U2, 3R wide prime, U2. And then L prime, U2, 3R wide, U2, 3R wide prime, and then U2, U2 cancels, and we're done. You can also do that insert with only R wides instead of 3R wides, but 3R wide is just more compatible as a move with L, because you can see we can do L's and 3R wides and not shift our grip. If we did L, we'd have to shift our grip to do R wide. It's a minor thing, but it adds up, and it's better to just do the better thing in general. You want to pair your L slices with 3R wides, kind of like how L and R don't go as well together as L wide and R. It's a very, very similar concept, very, very big when you're doing these sort of setups. Now here to here to here, gotta split up this wing flip. So we'll do U D prime, R wide. So now we have D2 interchange right here. Now we can do D2, R, U prime, R prime. And then we can cancel, we can do that cancel to make that only 2 outer block turns instead of 3. It's a pretty minor thing, but those are the kind of things that add up. You want to implement in your solves as much as you can. Now we've got here to here to here. I'm just going to do pretty standard 3-blind thing. Here to here to here. Just an R2 interchange. Nice 9 mover. Here to here to here. Essentially, I'm doing a U2 to create an L2 interchange with these two pieces. But it cancels with the U prime LU. So the beginning looks like ULU, like this. Pretty simple conjugation. Here to here to here. I'm just going to do a D move to make an R2 interchange. And then it's an 8 mover from there. Here to here to here. I'm just going to do the 3-blind 9 mover. Again, we're going to use D slice moves for this, like this, like that. If you want an in-depth tutorial on D slice turns, I'd be happy to make it. Just let me know in the comments. I've gotten people asking how to do those a decent bit. So now we have here to here to here, and just do standard 3-blind alg, here to here to here. This one's actually really fun. We can do a U wide 2, and then now, so if we do U wide 2, R prime, so we have these two in the U layer, and this one right here. So we have this really fast 8 mover setup, like that. Takes some getting used to, but it's a really, really fast alg for this case, which is normally pretty nasty. That's another fun, newish discovery. It's not mine, but it's one that I thought was very valuable to bring up. Anyway, on to our last comm, here to here to here. I'll just use the B slice, like that. Was a little bit unstable. Not quite used to doing these on 5-line yet, but like that. Alright, so we're reorienting with the fixed centers once again. And we'll start with our X center tracing. So we go here, 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 here. That's our last U layer target. So we're going to try and avoid the last one if we possibly can. So you go here. Normally I go here, but again, we'd be forced into a cycle break if we did that. So we're actually going to take this piece instead. Go here, 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 here. Again, we're avoiding this. Here, here, here. And now we have no choice but to take this, and we're done with our memo though. So that works out quite well. Onto corners. We're going to take this, here, here. This goes back to our buffer. And we have 2 twists right here. However, you'll notice these twists are going in the same direction. We can tell visually because they look like they form part of a soon, and that means our buffer is involved in the twist as well. This is something that I'd take note of right now. It'll be important in execution, so I'll get back to that. But again, if you noticed, we have parity. So that means we're going to do a memo swap on our UF and UR trudges. So this is effectively a solved piece. So moving on to our midges, like I said, we're going to have that swap. So you go here, 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 here. This goes back here because of the swap, so it's our buffer. I'm going to break right here, here, and this goes here. And we have this twist, and we see this solved piece, or this flip rather. But that ends our midge memo. So on to our wings. We have this one that's essentially a solved buffer. So we're going to break to BUR, the fastest piece. That goes here, here, here because of the swap. Here, 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 here because of the swap. Remember, here, 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 and then back to BUR. So what I would break to next is this piece. Go here, 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 and then finally back to RUF. And that is 25 targets with 2 cycle breaks, which checks out. We know we're done with no solved wings left over. So we can start tracing our plus centers from UF once again. We go here, 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 here. We've exhausted blue, and then we go here, 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 here. We've exhausted red, here, 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 and we've exhausted green and orange, and then we finally exhaust white. And all we have left to exhaust is yellow, so we can just take this piece, and we know we're done. So to start off with our execution, we have here to here to here. We can do a U wide that sets up these two as an interchange, and this is more insertable like that. Then undo, here to here to here. What I can do is D prime. Now this can insert into here in 3 moves. Now here to here to here. These two form an M2 interchange, so I'll move this out of the way, rotate, and then I can put this in. Now undo. I'm not going to rotate back because we have here to here to here. We can take this R2 interchange like this and then rotate back afterwards. Now here to here to here. It's an 8 mover, nice and easy. Here to here to here. We'll move the U layer out of the way. We have this D interchange like that. Here to here to here. I'll do an E to put this in here so I can insert it into the U layer like that. Here to here to here. I'll just rotate so we have these two that I can just make an 8 mover out of that. Here to here to here. 8 mover. Here to here to here. We have L2 as an interchange. What I'll do is I'll rotate like this and then make a 9 mover out of it like that. Onto our X centers, we have here to here to here. I'll just use this U2 slice interchange. So I'll do that. Now put this in here, and then U wide prime to finish that off. Now here to here to here. I'll do a U prime, and then we have these two. Put that in like this. Now here to here to here. It's a pretty simple 9 mover. Just take the U2 interchange. Here to here to here, here to here, here to here to here. We'll rotate like this. Use the U interchange like that. Here to here to here. I'll do a Z prime. Move this R slice up. So these two are this and this are interchangeable like that. Now here to here to here. Another simple 8 mover, here to here to here. U prime makes these two interchangeable, like that. Here to here to here. I'll do a D2. I'll actually flick it like that, but it puts this here where it can be inserted into the U layer with this interchange. And before I undo the D2, we can notice that our next alg is here to here to here, and that starts with a D2 slice. So we'll do is a D2 wide to cancel, and then finish that alg. It's a really nice way to save some moves. Now we have here to here to here. I'll do a D slice to make this insertable. And finally, we have this one target left over. Instead of putting in concatenating a U layer target, I'll just do the big cube swapping alg. It works just as well when you have like an F, B, or D layer last target. So now we can move on to corners. Here to here to here, I'll do L to put these right here, actually a 4L wide, because we're going to do some R moves, and that makes it so I don't have to shift my grip. Here to here to here, this is a pretty simple 9 mover. And then we have our last target and our twists. I can't actually solve these twists right now, because as I mentioned in memo, they're going the same direction, which means the buffer is also involved in the twists. If they were going opposite directions, they'd cancel each other out and not involve the buffer, and I could solve them right now. But as it stands, the most direct way to solve this is to do the parity target first, and then afterwards I can handle the 3 twist with these two and the buffer. So we're just going to leave this for now. So we'll move on to midges. Here to here to here. I'll just rotate and take the 8 mover. Now here to here to here. Again, rotate, take the 8 mover like that. Now here to here to here. We're going to use this M, rotate, take the 8 mover. Noticing a theme here, guys. And now we're going to have here to here to here. This is like the 3 blind alg or an ELL that you may know, like that. Here to here to here. I'll rotate. U makes this interchange, and then like that. And then now we have this 2 flip left. So I'll just do a B and flip them. So now we can solve our wings. We have here to here to here. What I'll do is U prime puts these two like this, and then I can do that. It's a pretty nice 3 blindy alg that I came up with. Here to here to here. R wide prime D sets these up here, here, and here. So I can do that. Here to here to here. This is just a D2 interchange. So I'll do that. Here to here to here. I'll do R wide prime U2 to set these up like this, but this cancels, so it looks like that. Now here to here to here. I'll do R wide to create this U2, and then just have a 9 mover afterwards. Here to here to here. I use like the 3 blind RFS alg, where it goes like R prime, F prime, and then we're using this F2 interchange like this. That's like a very difficult alg for some people. It's really challenging to perform properly on a 5x5, especially the inverse. So if you're not comfortable with that, another alg that I could recommend is R wide, rotate, and then we can use these two on the bottom like that. But if you're comfortable with it, I would recommend at least trying out the RFF alg. Now here to here to here, nice simple 8 mover. Now here to here to here. We saw this in a previous solve, S to an 8 mover. Here to here to here. There are 2 ways to solve this. Again, the one many of you will be familiar with is to do D to bring this out and have these 2 interchangeable, like that. But another way that you might be comfortable with is doing a U to an F slice alg, like that. It's hard on 5x5, though. It's understandable if you don't feel comfortable doing that. But anyway, on to here to here to here. What I do is L prime U sets up this F slice interchange like that. Now here to here to here. Pretty simple one. We just do U. These 2 are set up. Now here to here to here, what I do is S prime makes these two interchangeable, like that, and now we're finally left with our parity. What I do is regrip my right hand to top, R2 D prime, set up like this, and this is a perfect grip to just do that alg, like that. So now we just have our final corners left. I'll solve the parity target like this, and then in a solve, the way I'd probably handle this corner twist is by taking this and this first, like that, and then here and here, like that. There are many other ways to handle that, as that's just a pure soon. That's how I'd probably see it in a solve. But anyway, that's the end of the example solves. Thank you all for watching. Once again, if you have any feedback, anything you want to see in future videos, any topics, any video production ideas, any informational things that you want me to bring up or clarify, let me know. I'm happy to deliver on those requests. But yeah, I'm hoping to get videos up pretty often now, so hopefully you'll see one either tomorrow or the day after if I'm able to get one up. Alright, see ya guys.